Hi guys, welcome to the Purple Box. Today we will be doing a very interesting dish. It's scrap management. This is a very interesting evening snack, as well as you can do it for kids' birthday parties also. Though I say this is a dish for the kids, but adults would equally like it, I'm sure. We will be using some chocolates which are usually there at home, especially as a leftover after a party when the kids get a lot of chocolates with their gifts. Some breads which are there always at home, and some butter. That's it. Chop the chocolates into uneven pieces. You don't need to have a certain size for them. The chocolates are chopped. The chocolate that I had as leftover had some fillings in it, so you can see these white things inside, but you can do with any chocolate bar. And for the bread, we don't need the borders, so I will be cutting off the borders. So do some interesting shapes by like a circle by cutting the bread with a glass. This is the shape. I have cut out the borders from the bread, and for each piece we need 2 slices of breads. Now take some water and with your fingers just dab the sides of the bread. Both the breads. And press the sides gently. Take a portion of this chocolate and place it at the center of one of the breads. Don't give too much, then it will be difficult for the breads to hold it. Now take the other bread and just fold it. Then press the sides and see that the sides are locked. Put some butter in the center of the pan and then put the bread on it. Let it fry for some time. After one side is done, remove the bread, the filled up bread, and then put some butter again, and this time do the other side of the bread. Just fry it for another half a minute. When you're cooking, the love you add to the dish is more important than the shape and size. It doesn't matter always. So sometimes if it is not in a very good shape, it really doesn't matter, because you know how much love you have put into it to create this dish. Our chocolate filled snack with leftover chocolates and bread are ready. You can see the yummy chocolate inside. It's soft. You can also prepare this as a dish for kids' birthday parties. I'm sure the kids will like it. So, if you like the dish, do comment and subscribe to our channel. See you soon. Enjoy this dish. Prepare it and then write on the comment section how you enjoyed it. Bye.